Hey guys, welcome back. JT here, back in the record room. And it is Thursday, so this is my new vinyl finds, my new vinyl buys rather, for Thursday. And I have 5 records to show you, and I'm just going to get right into this. Let's see. First of all, my number 1 record today is a band that is from England. They moved to Germany, and they really formulated their band out of there. They formed back in the mid to late 60s. Guys, that would be Nectar. This is Down to Earth, Nectar. And wonderful album. This album is just totally different than the early Nectar albums. This is from 1974, and this is on Purple Pyramid Records. I'll show you in a moment. They're part of Cleopatra Records, if you've ever bought anything through Cleopatra. And in New York City, this was mastered by Robert Ludwig at Sterling Sound in New York City, that is. So the gatefold, let me go ahead and show you. You know, definitely with the circus theme, and the back cover. You know, I streamed this whole album, and I had heard Down to Earth before. I'm way more familiar with the other Nectar records, the early ones. But Early Morning Clown, I love that song. It's in the key of E, and it's a progression that I've messed around with for decades. And they just do it beautifully. And let me go ahead and show you the vinyl on this. It's fantastic. Yes, a cherry red wax. So nice. And I definitely want to get, I only have 3 Nectar LPs on vinyl. Have a lot on CD. And my next record to show you guys is a band from Sweden. And this was recommended to me. Well, Cosmic Brian showed it on his channel. And if you don't know Brian's channel, Cosmic Brian, fantastic content. He's into a lot of psych, and he loves 60s pop, just like I do. But this is If You Have Ghost. And this is the first EP by the Swedish band. They are from Linköping, Sweden. And this was recorded in Northridge, California. That's the Valley, just north of LA. And this is on the Republic label. Dave Grohl was the producer for this record. And what's so cool about this, it's a cover album. The first track is a cover of Rocky Erickson, If You Have Ghosts. And the second track is an ABBA tune, and it's I'm a Marionette. And then Army of Lovers, which is a Swedish band, their song Crucified is covered by Ghosts here. Let me show you the tracks back here. And then Depeche Mode from the Violator album, Waiting for the Night, is right here on track 4. And then Secular Blaze is live. So, yeah, my neighbor where I work, a local business owner right across the street in downtown Reno, I get coffee there, and she was wearing a Ghost hoodie that looked like the Misfits, and we were talking about it, and she says, oh, I love Ghost. So, you know, and what I really like, it's just not doom metal or heavy metal. They really, really have pop stylings as well. So that's Ghost. And again, this is from 2013. All right. Now my number 3 is a band. These are the Muswell Hillbillies, and they're from near Finchley in North London. Muswell Hill, actually, and that would be the Kinks. And this is their debut, and this is so cool to have. You Really Got Me's on here, and it's so proto-punk. And, you know, if by chance you don't know the Kinks, you know, they're real garagey R&B, rock and roll, especially early on. And, you know, the second track, so mystifying, sounds just like that Stones tune. It really does. But, like, who influenced who? We don't know. We really don't know. But the Stones tune did come out a few months before the release. This is released in the early fall. And this is on Red Wax. I just got it, so I'm not going to break this one out. And yeah, you know, the Kinks got together in 1963. And, you know, you have Ray and Dave Davies, Pete Quaife, and Mick Avery that make up the Kinks. All right. So my next album is a band, a great American band from Rockford, Illinois, and that would be, yes, Cheap Trick. And let me show you the hype on this first. You know, with Cheap Trick, I mean, you've got Robin Zander, Tom Peterson, Rick Nielsen, and Bunny Carlos. And I wanted to just talk about Bunny Carlos a little bit. You know, he learned to play lefty-righty on the drums, ambidextrous, from Billy Cobham. I mean, and it's when Cheap Trick was playing a lot of gigs in the mid-70s, because these guys formed in 1973. So in the mid-70s, they were doing gigs with Mahavishnu Orchestra, John McLaughlin. And Bunny Carlos learned a lot from Billy Cobham. That's just so cool. I love that. Such a great album. I love Cheap Trick, and I have to admit that, you know, I got into Cheap Trick during the Fast Times to Ridgemont High craze, and Surrender, you know, I just fell in love with that tune. And, you know, the Budokan album, I mean, absolutely. So, you know, back in 78, 79. And let me show you the wax on this. This is just on the Epic. And this one is not new. It's a near mint minus. And I finally found a decent seller on Discogs that sent me an album that was graded correctly. I've really had a lot of issues. And here's the inner sleeve. And for my fifth record, this is a band that I saw live in 1980, in late 1980 here in town. And they were so fantastic. And this was, they had finished their first world tour after the first album, massive tour. They got right in the studio, and yes, they recorded this record right here. I did not have this on vinyl. I've never had it on vinyl. I had it on CD. I've always had all the other records, and I was always missing this one. Now this, what's really cool about this is remastered from the original analog tapes, and by Chris Bellman and Bernie Grunman mastering. So yes, I did have to get this. Let me show you the hype. You have David Lee Roth, Eddie and Alex Van Halen, and Michael, the great Michael Anthony on bass. And this was released in March of 1979, and it only took them a week of jumping into the studio after that world tour. I'm sure they were worn out, but pumped as heck. And it was easy for them to finish this record in 1 week because they had been playing the material. And so fantastic. Love Van Halen. So the back cover. And, you know, Van Halen was formed really, really early on in 1972 in Pasadena, California. That's right at the foothills of the San Gabriel and the Los Angeles Mountains. It's really nice out there, actually, even to this day. So, yeah, that's my number 5. So, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Mondays for my Thrift Store Finds Monday. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.